So I'm just going to do a quick tutorial about how to send through a referral to a place like Ohio Health. Share my screen. So first we're going to go search for our patient. So I'm going to search for our test patient. Her name is Allison. So Allison Test. So we're going to choose her chart. And here in the outstanding orders, you will see any outstanding referrals along with like lab orders that aren't signed or that are outstanding, but we're just going to focus on referrals. So you're going to click on the referral and it should say submit right here, which means it has not been submitted. And you can also see the date that the referral was put in. So you're going to select it. You're going to change this receiver here. So you're going to hit the plus button and it'll give you options for things close to us, close to the patient. So we're going to choose Ohio Health Gastroenterology, and we use Ohio Health for almost every specialty that we don't have a free specialist for. There are exceptions to that. The next thing you need to do is click the summary of care record box and send with order. And then you're going to choose the plus sign next to the attachments. And we need to send a few things here. So under the chart category, we're going to choose face sheet. Under encounters and procedures, we're going to choose the most recent one and potentially more than that if they had discussed their concerns in previous visits. The other things we'll include here that aren't listed, let me change this date and see if I can capture some more lab results and things. Try that again. Okay, so now because I've changed the date range, I can go back into last year and there are some lab results in here that we'll send. So almost always you send lab results and imaging results with a referral. So we're going to choose that. And if there were imaging results, we would put those in here. You don't have to choose this lab orders or this is another encounter we'll include. So really that's it. You're going to include the face sheet from the chart. And then from encounters and procedures, not encounter documents, you're going to check the boxes that are associated with the patient encounters. And then you're going to choose lab result box and choose the ones you want to send through. And then also imaging. So when that's done, we will click out of that and you can see it's all in here. So when we're sending to when we're sending to Ohio Health, one of the big things is that the care there is not going to be free. So I usually put a note in here to the receiving provider that says patient is uninsured and low income. Please assist with finances. The other thing I'll include is up at the top here where you can see the patient's language. If they do speak a different language, I always make a note of that in here so they know when they're calling to schedule the patient that it is that they're going to have an interpreter. The next thing we do down here is we're going to go to view actions, click that. And then we're going to submit by Athena fax and then hit save. I'm not going to actually do that because it'll send the referral through to Ohio Health and they'll be confused. But that is the ending steps of that. So then once you hit save, it'll start sending it through electronic fax. Your next step is to go up to the post-it note up here in the top of the chart. And we're going to make a note that says referred to Ohio Health Gastro, and then today's date, and then your initials. And then you can click out of that and it saves it in there. So anybody who goes in will be able to see that they've been referred. So that is it as far as sending electronic referrals via fax.